Hey guys, how are you? Good morning. Oh, it is such a beautiful day out today. The humidity is finally down a little bit. Oh, it's been so hot, so gross the last few days. The humidity has just been so sticky and nasty. Good morning, girls. Everyone say good morning. Yeah. They just know something's coming. Got them some nice squash from the garden. A nice morning treat. I like to give them the little treats every now and then. It's good for them, you know? So we'll do that first. Alright, now it's time to go pick some veggies from the garden. We're having a slight issue with our garden this year. Some things are coming in really, really nice. Some things are What's up, Salem? I don't know. You know, sometimes you do really good, sometimes, things don't go as well as you anticipate, But I do want to show you, I was walking around here the other day, and so we started noticing a lot of bees. And I just felt like there was just so many of them lately. And I was like, where are all these bees coming from? There are bees everywhere. So we're walking around, and there are two huge hornet's nests in our apple tree. So I'm going to show you both of them. They're humongous. I don't know how we did not see these earlier. They're huge. Watch. So there's one right there. I don't know how good you can see it. It's kind of hidden in the branches. It's right there. There's one. What's up, cutie? There's the other one. Huge! They're huge, right? I've never seen a bee's nest around here get that big. It was just like amazing. It's awful yet amazing all at the same time. So Dave's gonna have to bravely do something to get it down, whether spray it, do something, because I don't want them around. It's all I need is to get stung. Or one of the girls to get stung. Alright. So the garden. We have these tomato plants that have gotten so big they have fallen over. And when I say fallen over, they're falling over like the structure can't even hold them anymore. And plus, I have to be honest, weeding is not my forte. And that's gotten a little out of control. So, she goes crazy. So I gotta do some weeding this week. It's awful. But here are my tomato plants. But they've gotten so heavy. That they've actually fallen. They're huge. They're absolutely huge. Like, they're as tall as me. We've never had them this big. Ever. All tomato plants. And they've just fallen over. We just don't know what to do with them. We've never had them get this big before. But I guess you live and learn with gardens, right? You kind of realize that you need to give them a little bit more love or attention some years, you know, and I think every year is kind of like a learning curve, you know. Every year you're going to learn a little bit more, you know, figure out different strategies and say like, well, this didn't really work this year, or next year I'm going to really put more time into this, kind of to make it a nice, successful garden, you know. Kind of like a live and learn kind of a thing. You know, we've been here at our house for 4 years, so we've had a couple summers under our belt, and I think every year we've been doing a little bit better. Some things don't do as good as we hope, but I guess that's all part of the homesteading, right? Kind of all about learning new tricks, and you know, maybe next year we'll kind of like figure out how to like keep the weeds down a little bit more. Which, if anyone watching, and if anyone has any good tips about how to kind of keep your weeds under control, or any methods you use to kind of keep it a little bit more lower maintenance, feel free to leave in the comments below. We could really use some, well, I actually could use some tips on how to keep your garden a little bit more weed friendly, I guess. Like I said, weeding is not my forte, unfortunately. But I love planting them. I love planting. I love coming out here and picking things, but weeding, just not my thing. But anyway, let's start picking some tomatoes, because there's quite a bit. It's like an obstacle course over here. Some nice ones. It's funny, I love the smell of tomatoes, but I have to admit, I'm not a big tomato fan, but I love the smell. The smell is amazing. Can you see me? I'm still here. I feel like I'm gonna get lost in a tomato patch. It's tomato heaven. So you gotta be so careful where you walk, because these stems are so long that they're overtaken. It's crazy. Ah. Ugh. Saved. Now, how do I get out? So there's my tomatoes I just picked. I'm sure there'll be a lot more later. Not too shabby for a tomato minefield. Alright, let's see if there's any squash to pick now. That's the one plant, no matter what, our yellow squash always do good. And it's one thing I can say that's one thing I can say I'm not a fan of. I know, I'm a very picky eater. You'll soon come to find. Alright, on to the squash. That's a big one. Look. The tomato plant is starting to invade the yellow squash. It's crazy. Now on to the cucumbers. There's some of our cucumbers. I've got like about 10 there. Let's take a look at some of our green beans. I love that cat. Alright guys, so that about does it for me today. I just wanted to kind of show you our tomato plants, our tomato problem. You know, it's kind of a bummer that they fell over like that. That's never happened before. They've always gotten really big, but not to the point where they've towered over me and have fallen. So I'm 5'1", and they're over 5 feet tall. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. We didn't do anything special. It just every year they get so big. Usually they get like fat, you know, they get like nice and wide. But this year they just grew so like tall. We have to look into another kind of system next year. Kind of like more of maybe a placement or I don't know. We'll definitely have to do something different next year to prevent them from toppling over again. Yeah, but otherwise, you know, you just live and learn. You kind of figure out, you know, what works, what doesn't work. Everything's a learning process. I figure, you know, my thing is no matter how many times you do something, there's always room for improvement. There's always a different way, maybe a better way to do something. So there's never one way to do anything out. Everyone has so many different ideas of how to do something. So as I said before, feel free to leave any comments. Any tips on my poor tomato plants would be great. And as always, guys, have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.